The stadium behind me is home to Hamilton Academical Football Club, who just a couple of years ago were in the top tier in the Premiership, but today they could face relegation to the third tier. They are currently bottom of the Championship and could get relegated in today's video. Just to show sort of where the club were a few years ago, I'll take you back to just when Corona still meant beer, and one of the very last games, certainly the last domestic game at Arbroath that was played, was Rangers against Hamilton, and Hamilton won 1-0. So Rangers' last domestic game before COVID, they lost against Hamilton Accies, who now could face, like I say, relegation this season down to the third tier of Scottish Football, League One. It's sad to see, you know, clubs going down the divisions, but it does always mean that a team is going up and doing well. Talking about a team doing well, the home team that we'll be seeing play today is Arbroath, who this time last year, I think we may be beyond the time when the Championship finished last year, but around this time anyway, they were very, very close to getting promotion to the Premiership, which is mad. They're usually like a League One, League Two level club, so for them to even be in the Championship is amazing. They could still go down. They need to get, I think, a point today. I'll show you the table in a bit, but it's a long old trek to Arbroath, so gonna leave Hamilton behind and head north to see the Smokies. Right, look, yeah, the regular Championship season finishes tonight and we got a full fixture list. Yeah, the top two can be decided today as well, Queen's Park v Dundee, but we're all about the bottom today. Yeah, look at that, Arbroath, they could still finish, if they get absolutely battered and they get goal difference, they could, I guess, finish bottom, but they could finish in that relegation qualification spot. They're going to want to win today. Obviously, who do Cove have? Cove have got Greenock Morton at home. Greenock Morton are 6th. They've still got playoffs to get, so there's still so much to play for everywhere in this league. Pretty much Wraith Rovers are about the only team who haven't really got much to play for in terms of promotion or relegation. What an end to the season it is. Let's just check how far Arbroath is. All I ever do is drive, film and edit. Right, 2 hours. Let's go. I believe Arbroath Stadium is the closest to the sea in Britain. As you can see, the stand right behind me and the sea right there. I was expecting, because you know it's the last game of the season and winter's over now, for a nice seaside, nice sunny seasidey day here for the football, but look at this, it's just not to be. Yeah, the weather is absolutely awful. It's May right now, it's the 5th of May. If you're watching this in the future and you're wondering what time of year it is, but what was I going to say then? Yes, I've done a few Arbroath videos before where I've checked out the town and the area around the stadium and looked into the history of the place and the club itself. So yeah, go check those videos out. I'll leave a couple of links to them at the end, so stick around to the end of this video and you can click straight through to them. Really interesting vlogs. Actually, the last time I was here, I was supposed to come for a game, but it got called off because of the wind. Could get called off because of the fog tonight. Fingers crossed it doesn't. People will recognise you from the last time I was here, but could you just introduce yourself for everyone who may not have seen that video?
Yeah, well, I'm Mike Caird, I'm the chairman of Arbroath Football Club.
Yep, and there's a lot of new changes around here. I can see digital scoreboard over there. Yep. We're sat on the new padded seats right now as well. How have things been for the club since I was last here, maybe around a year ago?
Yeah, well, obviously last year was a fantastic year. Yeah, we almost got the Premiership. You know, just felt the last hurdle. This year's been a lot more difficult for varying reasons, and that's why, you know, we're at the last game of the season needing a point to stay in the Championship, which should be a fantastic achievement. You know, it'll be 5 years in the Championship for a part-time team, which would be a fantastic achievement.
Unreal, yeah. And obviously you got so close to the Premiership last year, but if you look at the history of Arbroath, they're probably like a League One, League Two side, so even just being in the Championship, I feel like, is an achievement for the club.
I think that's right. If we can just get the result today, it'll be a relief, and we'll go again next year. And you know, to be in our 5th season in the Championship, it would be a fantastic achievement. And do you think with how close you went last year, it took so much out of the squad that it was tough to replicate that this season? I think so, yeah. I think there's varying reasons, but it just didn't work out this season. It's tough every year. We excelled ourselves last year. Everything went right last year, and teams will say that, and everything goes wrong this year. But you know, we're hanging in there, and tonight's a big night. We're expecting a big crowd, over 2,500 fans here.
Which is unbelievable, isn't it?
Majority will be Arbroath fans, so hopefully we've given them something to cheer on before the
And just final question for you then, it's a bit of a relegation 6-pointer today, isn't it, with where Hamilton are. How important is this game, not just for yourselves, but for Hamilton as well?
of course, it's important for both of us. You know, we both need a result, and Cove need a result as well. So, you know, the league is criticised at some point, but only Wraith Rovers out of the 10 teams has got nothing to play for.
Yeah, I said that earlier in this video.
So
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing. So we'd like to be done and dusted before now, but at the end of the day, let's bring it on.
Boys, it was a great season last season.
A horrible this season.
Not so much this season, but how much would it mean just to stay in this division for Arbroath?
A lot. Aye.
Just the stature of the club, just to be in this division, I feel like it's a great achievement.
If we go down the place, it'll be brilliant.
Yep, just to stay in the division's everything though, yeah.
A victory they'll do.
And do you reckon you'll beat Hamilton today? They're obviously 2 places below you. Big 6-pointer today, isn't it?
I'm thinking 2-1.
2-1 Arbroath. What are you saying?
Yeah, same.
Same 2-1? Here we go, the players are coming out, and this is absolutely bizarre. I mean, the weather, it just feels like a January day, and this is such a big game, and this is such a fantastic end to the season. This league has got so much to play for all up and down it. There's the Hamilton fans over there who are going into today bottom, and then the Arbroath fans over there making a really good noise. Let's end the season on winning ways, I think that says their banner. Look at the lads, they're loving it. It's a great atmosphere in here. So many people, 2,500. 3 minutes in here and there's already been a massive goal in the relegation battle, and look, Greenock Morton are beating Cove, which means if things stay the same here, I know we're only 3 minutes in so they might not, then Cove are down, Hamilton are in 9th and Arbroath are 8th. That's absolutely huge, and if Arbroath go ahead here, then Hamilton will go back down. Queen's Park are 2-1 up after being 1-0 down. Currently going up Queen's Park if things stay the same. Bloody hell, what a game at Ockerview. Look at that. Dundee now winning the league. The Hamilton fans aren't happy and they've been singing, I think, sack the board and get out of our club to maybe owner or board members. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, away end doesn't look like a nice place to be right now. Couldn't imagine what it'd be like if Arbroath go ahead. Save. Dundee now 3-2 up, and that means that, look, in Queen's Park are now below Thistle in 2nd, and look, they could easily still win the league if they, well, not easily, but if they win today, they win the league. But look, they're only 2 points ahead of Inverness in 6th. That is how mad the championship has been this season. Then there's Wraith, who have nothing to play for, and then there's the 3 today that we're sort of focusing on in the relegation battle. We're approaching half-time. Look, you may be able to see people starting to walk to the right-hand side, and look, they're all starting to head round. So I think for the second half, because Arbroath will be kicking that way, all the fans will go and stand around there. So you'll notice the difference between the first and the second half. There'll be fewer people around their second half and more that will head around that way. That is half time, and it's not been a classic here by any stretch of the imagination, but I've just been like looking at the scores coming in the league table all game. There's been 4 teams in 2nd so far today, and it's only half time in all the games. Ayr United, Thistle, Queen's Park and Dundee, I think, have all been 2nd so far today, which is absolutely mad. So much hinges on this second 45, seeing the second half.
I'm Ewan Smith, I work for the Courier newspaper.
And you're an Arbroath supporter as well.
Yeah.
What would today mean to you to see your club survive on the last day of the season?
Oh, it'd be absolutely massive, Sam, because, I mean, it'd be 5 successive years we would have been in the Championship.
Yep.
The only part-time side to do that. It's phenomenal. The growth of this club over the last 5-6 years has been unbelievable.
Yep.
And you see the amount of fans that have turned out here. The crowd's amazing. Yep. I mean, the
Tell me about the season tickets that we were talking about as well.
1,500 season tickets, record season ticket sales.
Yep.
We're going to have a record average attendance. It's going to be about 2,100.
Yep.
You see tonight, there's probably about 2,500 here. We've not been great all season, but the fans are turning out week in, week out. And
the community here feels amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And a question about the opposition today then, Hamilton.
Yeah.
What would it mean to them as a club to go down to League One, considering where they were just a few years ago?
Well, I believe I was looking at it earlier, and I think it's 19 years since they were down at that level of football, you know, and they worked their way back up. They were in the Premiership for a number of years, and they were great survivors in the Premiership.
Yep.
And then they went down, but they do seem to be on a bit of a slide. Their fans have turned out in good numbers as well. I have to give credit to them, but I don't know how they will be at the end if they go out. You know, I mean,
we shall see. Yeah. So look at that now, compared to over there. They've all made their way round. So if Arbroath score, they'll be celebrating with their fans over there. So obviously, being the last day of the season, you want all the games to obviously play at on the same time and stuff, all through on the same day. The fog's pretty bad here. Cove, if you're not aware, is up in Aberdeen. The fog is even worse apparently. As you can see, look, we've all kicked off again, all these other games, but that hasn't. I've just been told here that Cove are waiting another 5 minutes to kick off because of the fog, so that might even get abandoned, meaning there'll be another game to play. Will they continue from where they are, 1-1 currently, or will they continue from the start again? Oh, who knows. And I didn't actually realise Cove actually equalised. I don't think I've shown you that yet. So the way things stand right now, Hamilton are bottom, which obviously isn't good for them, and Cove are 9th. Another Cove update, it's gone to 46, so I'm assuming they've kicked off now. Mad scenes at Aquaview, 4-3 Dundee, and look, we're at the only 0-0 currently. Not seen a 0-0 all season. Don't do this to me, Arbroath. Oh, best move of the game. Everyone thought that was in. Arbroath are getting so much closer here. Oh. So look at that, Green at Morton have gone 2-1 up at Cove, which means Cove now bottom. Hamilton are in 9th on goal difference. Look at that. And the Hamilton fans, they've just had a big cheer over there, and they've just started singing because they now know that they are not bottom. Bottom is the only automatic relegation place as well. 5-3 Dundee, and it looks like the D will be back in the Premiership next season. 2,700 fans here today, just been read out. There you go, my first 0-0 of the season, and it means that Arbroath are safe, and they will play another year in the Championship. What an absolute amazing achievement for this club. How many years in the Championship has it been now for Arbroath?
This is that'll be 5 years now.
5 next season?
Yeah, 5 next season, yeah.
Amazing considering like where the club have been, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there we go, look. 0-0, full time. Cove still playing, and that's the way it stands right now. If Cove score, they go 9th, and Hamilton go down. Go on, get him. She's bottled it. Locals to Arbroath, yeah?
Yeah.
What does it mean to the town and the club to stay in the Championship for next season?
I think it's massive. Yeah.
I think compared to last season though, you can't be too happy. Like obviously it's better, it'd be more embarrassing going down, but you think about the players we were bringing in last season, like Newbley, Jack Hamilton,
Yeah.
and all this season we've been, I say stuck. He's not done that bad, Dale Hilson, but a lot of the time we just play long ball, and you can't play long ball with a small guy.
Do you think that last season was an overachievement though?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
So do you reckon 8th is probably where Arbroath should be, or do you think they should be aiming a little bit higher next season?
I think we could be pushing up a little bit. You
Okay.
know, last season you're looking at it was 30 minutes standing between Arbroath playing Premiership football.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And you know, you could have went and been in the Prem and finished bottom and won hardly any games, but even that would have been a massive.
Would have been huge, yeah.
So
And I'll get a
it's
prediction
small
off you all.
margins.
Where are you going to finish next season in the Championship? I'll start out over here.
I think just out the playoffs. I don't think we'll quite get it.
Okay, so what, 5th, 6th,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that?
I think 6th.
6th.
I think if we strengthen, we can definitely push playoffs, like 5th or 6th.
Who's your favourite player?
Armani.
Yeah, and he's giving you his shirt, match worn.
My name's Elliot.
And who's this man here?
My dad, Dale Hudson.
And he plays for Arbroath.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see your dad play today and then obviously stay in the championship for next season?
I feel amazing for him because he's a good player and he does a lot for the team and scores goals for them.
Is he right? You a good player, scores goals, teamwork?
I'd say teamwork and stuff, but he's not scored so many goals to be fair this year. But obviously it's good that the boys have managed to stay up now, so that was the objective at the start of the season. So glad.
What does it mean to all the rest of the squad and the players to?
Yeah, it's massive. You can see the way the boys have been during the game, after the game, obviously. As I say, our objective is to stay in the league, so we've managed to do that, so it's really good.
And I see a lot of the lads still, it's ages after full time now, still going around and talking to all the fans and stuff. What do the fans mean to the club?
You see the support tonight. It's been like all season as well, so nice to give a little bit back at the end of it. So as I say, the boys will give a wee bit of time just to see them and obviously sign a few things for them, so all good.
I've just seen you going around with all the fans. You're one of the last, if not the last player on the pitch.
Yeah.
What do the fans mean to you and the rest of the squad?
They mean a lot. I mean, since I've joined Arbroath, the attendances have went from a few hundred to a couple of thousand, so just a mark of respect for sticking by us all season, and obviously most of them are kids, so it's to see them so happy to even see you. Might not have had a great season, but they're still in awe to see you. It's like the least you can do is
good passion for their local club.
Yeah,
exactly. It's amazing. And last season was amazing for Arbroath. Obviously, got so close to getting promoted. You've still done well this season. Do you feel like this is still a good achievement for the stature of the club that you are to just stay in the division?
Yeah, I think when you step back and look at it maybe in time, you might think we've done well to even survive that. We lost a lot of important players, but in the here and now, when you finished so close last year, you don't go into this year thinking we're going to fight to stay in the league. You're probably thinking, can we go again? But I think it shows a bit of resilience to stay in the league, and hopefully we can sort of build and make some signings for next year and sort of look to kick on a bit.
Yeah, and then my last question for you then is, going into next year, do you relax now? Or are you looking forward to a bit of a break, and then when do you actually come back in and start preparing?
Relax for probably, I usually till the end of May, and usually we come back to training mid-June, but I'll start my own sort of stuff at the start of June. Last year we had less time because we were in the playoffs, so it's nice to, we'll have about sort of 6 or 7 weeks off, so it's important to take a little bit of time, but looking forward to going again.
People have always told me that, and I've seen it online and you see it on Twitter and you see it whenever you chat to anyone, you hear it off people, that Arbroath is the coldest ground in the world, and now I see why. May, and it is freezing. It is so cold up here, but I'm sure there are nice days in Arbroath. I'm just yet to see one. Next time I'm back, it's going to be a sunny day, I promise. But yeah, Arbroath are safe. Hamilton in relegation spot, the playoff thing, and yeah, the playoff relegation spot, so they'll go into that with the some other teams, so they're not safe yet, but they could be. And Cove are down. Dundee have won the league. Oh, it's been a madness. It's been an absolute madness. The top 4 has all been decided, obviously, as well now. So the promotion playoff, Morton just missed out on goal difference. Cali Thistle missed out by 2 points. Thistle, Queen's Park finished 3rd. Start of the day top, I think they finished 3rd. Ayr United 2nd, Dundee top. Yeah, absolutely mad season in the championship. Thank you for watching all my championship videos. I've done a lot of them. Do you support a championship team? If not, then have you followed it at all? What have been your thoughts on it? Dundee going back up again. Arbroath surviving relegation. It's been a really, really interesting season in the championship, that's for sure. And it's all coming to an end now, but the weather's still not getting better, even though it's the end of the season. Yeah, I'll leave some videos on screen. My Arbroath ones, obviously, I spoke about them earlier. If you want to see more about the place, I interviewed the manager last time. He's on the thumbnail, so yeah, check out those other 2 videos. Fun times I always have in Arbroath. I'll be back very soon. Thank you very much for watching.